Welcome back to part number 9 of my Imperator role playthrough as Carthage with the Invictus mod. This is my first foray in Invictus, having quite a bit of fun with the economic challenge. There's a lot less money floating around, so you have to sort of manage it a bit more meticulously. I would have a lot more money in vanilla. The larger revolt thing, I'm not really sure that I care for it so much. It just seems sort of more shuffling about without really any sort of consequence, at least as yet. I don't know if it'll cause increased amounts of difficulty later. It just sort of seems like I'm shuffling about with larger engagements, but nothing really comes of this larger revolt, so why have them? That's just my opinion, obviously. So, we were up here. I was going to try to carry on into Iberia. I think somewhere in one of these missions, it's not this one, but at least I don't think it's this one. I think it's the next set. Somewhere up around in here, there's a legion that you can action somewhere in some way. Maybe. We're going to try to find it. I think it's up in there somewhere. So along those lines, we're going to carry on with warring in Iberia. Toria we're going to conquer, but we're sort of reorganizing, and we're not in any particular rush. We have a respectable amount of aggressive expansion, so we'll burn it down at peace and wait for this revolt to pass. I have a couple of mercs headed up toward the revolt. We'll assault the fort down. I'm going to move the fleet down here, pick those mercs up, deploy them up here, and then we'll annex Telluria and company. Oh, look at that. He's at war with... I see. I see. I was just about to comment that we're going to try to save PI and money for a wonder. We need to get this wonder. We need a government traditions wonder because this is getting increasingly messy. And if you're going to make a mess, you need that government traditions wonder for the loyalty and corruption. You can give your characters free hands as well and get more PI to lessen the mess or decrease the level of mess even more with the corruption from the wonder. I need to get the tax and commerce, and I need the slave output for the funding. So the more money I spend just sort of like shambling about doing stuff without any sort of grand point or purpose, the less grand the strategy becomes, and the more just sort of like randomly wandering around killing stuff that I do. So I want to stick to the whole grander plan and avoid just sort of randomly wandering around killing stuff. So along those lines, I went ahead and, speaking of mess, this is a mess because it's disconnected from any sort of connectivity to Punics. There are no Punics there. There won't be for a long time. There are no Canaanites. There won't be for a long time. I was going to build more theaters in these cities. In fact, at the end of the last episode, I spent like, I don't know, 300 gold per, and built theaters. And then no time had passed, so I went ahead and deleted them out or discontinued that activity. I figure that the government traditions wonder will go a long way, and at some point these areas will Canaanize. Government traditions wonder should help. The government loyalty will kick in as well from that government traditions wonder, and harsh treatment can happen at some point. So I'm not going to worry about it. I have the temples, and that's good enough. This mission has caused me to spend 40 PI, one for each of these. We're going to take this over as well. For claims, because of the mission, it demands that we have this slinger port. Why we actually wanted that, I don't really know. Apparently it doesn't lead anywhere. Well, we've done it. We're going to do it anyway, and we need to take that irrespective of anything. I think there's some other... Yeah, we need to take these two here for this part of that mission. And, well, I took a deeper look at these missions. Apparently, we cannot continue because our vassal controls these various lands. We need to integrate this vassal. It has 208 pops, and we need to get that done sooner than later. So no more territories to Morocco. I suspect probably the same can be said of either of these, so we'll not really worry about the timeliness of warring, and we really should stand down and, as I said, accrue money so as to build a wonder or two. So once we get the tax and commerce and slave output and government traditions wonder, we can lever up the tax income and tax and the slave output for another wonder, which we may be able to use for a couple of diplomatic reputation boni, as well as integration speed for our numerous vassals. And that's the plan as it stands right now. We're going to sort of stand down and take, targets of opportunity, but no large-scale warring until we get this under control and some integration going. That also plays into the Roman, who is not going to annex anytime soon, and it's just going to become more pronounced as the warm period hits and his pops grow, etc. et al. So we need to get him annexed sooner than later, and we need these wonders that'll do that. There's the diplomatic traditions wonder and the diplomatic doctrines wonder, add to our diplomatic reputation considerably. And then in theory I could also pop the diplomatic expansion for an integration speed bonus here as well, all in one swoop. I was looking into this area here. We recently conquered that. It looks to be loyal. It's generally sort of Canaanizing. But these cities here, I note, are topped out on population, essentially. And there are probably more than a few slaves in these cities here. Like, who are you? Let's see what sorts of slaves there are. The Canaanite Punics. There are some, I'm sure, Canaanite Punics here as well. They would be better deployed in these less than optimally full cities, where they'll be able to promote and mix in with pops that are not Canaanite or Punic, and sort of the wash will come out, and the Canaanites will promote, and the non-Canaanites will be freemen and slaves, and everything will be more advantageous for us. Our research rate will go up, etc. So all I need to do is move Canaanite Punics from these cities, as their ratios certainly should be in order. They are. So no Punics are going to promote. So why should I keep them there? I'm not going to. There are plenty of various sorts about that can be moved from these territories or provinces here into these cities to replace the Punics that I moved down into these unpopulated cities here. I'm going to do all that right now. Well, about 1,000 gold later, I have turned these cities Punic and Canaanite. And as they're in the region of Africa, it should increase our capital levy and or legion whenever we get it. There are a lot of Punics sort of mulling about down here that we're surely dragging our research rate down. So they are now in cities, and at some point will promote, hopefully sooner than later. There's no overpopulation except here. What can I do? Well, I don't want to pay the PI, so we'll take a loyalty hit and output hit. Well, Mass Cecilia will drop in loyalty as well. I'm not worried. This revolt here, it doesn't seem to be happening in a very timely manner here, really. I wonder if we just changed it to that, whether it would hit almost immediately. There we go, it should hit now. We've done it. Let's march in there. We can't do it? We can, though. Okay, we decreased in rank because of stuff. I just finished setting all those great families. No, thank you. Oh, yeah, this guy revolted. Whoops. I'm not going to set that again. No, thanks. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any way around it. There's no colonizable territories about here, so oops. Yeah, I could colonize out if there were anything that were oh, look at that, it's a larger revolt that I chose for my f***ing self. What fun! I think we can spend some money and avoid this catastrophe here, so we'll spend the money. If we have a faith event, I'll take it. Anyway, rant over. I chose it for myself. A lot of people probably enjoy that, but I'm certainly not one of them. Because all I see really is just an opportunity to engage in stuff that doesn't really need to get done and doesn't really deter me from proceeding. Anyway, I'm going to stand down these mercs. Once this provincial capital here occupies, we'll retake that and carry on. We're going to head back to the eastern aspect here, grab a couple of mercenaries and carry on. This merc is certainly worked over. This one perhaps not so much so. Alright, game over for the revolt there, I suppose. The bright side is all of these areas are going to be 100% loyal, and we didn't lose our great family, and that was the bonus right there. So I don't have to reset those families, so I'm not nearly as frustrated as I was previously. Good for me. We'll dredge up some money by demolishing the forts in these areas. And grab these mercs, get them on board, and set sail for Iberia. Against better judgment, I'm going to file a claim here. It won't work out, but this group is at war with Teluria, which is my intended war target. Avaricea is actionable. Apparently we're back in a warring way. I didn't want to take this lot and their friends, but apparently this guy's at war with a bunch, two groups. This group and this group. We don't have a claim here, but let's see. You're allied with. Yeah, these guys are occupying Vacia. Unfortunately, won't be able to annex Vacia because it's occupied by Bukhara. So now we need a claim in Bukhara. So all of that stuff I just said about standing down and saving my PI has been ruined by these mad tribals in Iberia. Clearly, as long as we're going to go up there and do it, we need to get a claim here as well. It'll probably be destroyed as this area is wildly occupied, and they'll peace out right as the claim is about to hit in both cases. Our claim in Avaricea has hit. Maturia is about to revolt. In 6 months, we need to get the African Legion or Levy on the ball here. Let's march it over. The governor of Numidia has a 48 loyalty. Let's see, we can take some money. There's no problem. We'll take the money. We have an oratory advance and a martial advance that just hit, giving us 2 in the bank. We were on our way towards the +4 loyalty of characters. We have 1 provincial improvement from this, and the government traditions wonder, as well as +4 loyalty of characters. And we are well on our way, 1, 2, 3, 4 away from getting +25% PI and +2 loyalty of characters. We're going to do that ASAP. This province here just flipped into the loyalty zone here. Let's see what's going on. It has no temple. Is it Canaanite? It's not really so much so, no. Yeah. How about you? You are mildly disloyal, and you are mildly loyal. We have an opportunity to spend ever more money and build a temple for 320. Or we could move these pops out and down to cities that are already Canaanite, and probably at some point we'll have theaters as well. I was thinking of the latter. We'll evacuate much of the population here and set them to work, or a similar conversion in these cities that have temples. I'll leave the Canaanites up there because that the harsh treatment will end at some point, and then We'll need the Canaanites in that province because it will tend to be more disloyal than not because it has no temple in its cities. I'm not going to build one right now. Good enough. It's going up by 0.06. Well, the fleet is in place. This war is actionable. I'm going to do it immediately. Who are we going to trigger here? Vasia and Aravia. Rome is mad again. Well, let's march it out here. Our revolt is going to trigger in 3 months. We are in place in theory. Let's get these units towards the enemy's capital. I'm going to pick up this army here as well and Hasset. Or here, better yet. I was supposed to sell off this province to this vassal, so I did that right now. We need to sell that off as well. On we go. Unfortunately, the enemy's forts are in full garrison because he's at war with someone else. There it is. How large is it? It's a minor revolt. It's not even where it said it was. Alright, well, we'll march up there. Yep, wrong place. It was where it was said it's going to be. Okie dokie. We've won the siege. Let's carry on. This merc here has seen better days. Let's see which one is worse off. They're both pretty bad off. Let's let them go. Use our 25. Uh-oh. We've lost our bonus and now we have to spend 75. And a full organization because we can't reorganize in enemy territory. So this province is now in order from the last war. He has 157 territories. I'm going to ferry this mercenary up here, see if we can finish this out. We're going up inland here, ferry this merc and try to assault this fort away. Have a civics advance. What can we do? Not much. It's not bad with Diplo Rep. I haven't figured out why we have a low diplomatic reputation. Look at that. The last group had -2 for our Suffet and -2 for the co-Suffet, giving us a -6. But this group here seems to be more diplomatically inclined. I'm pretty sure it was an Invictus thing, although I can't figure out why it was. Let's assault that fort. The siege is fallen. Let's proceed here. We've unloaded. I'm going to go and pick up as long as the Levy of Africa is out there. We're going to go here. Some various shenanigans here. This guy was a 0 marshal. I went ahead and clicked the button. Apparently our 3 marshal man wasn't up to the task. Let's assault this fort for what it's... I see. We dropped that siege via assault and that should... Oh, it's larger now! It's grown! And take some money here. So would I like to be concentrating, you know, as a player, sort of easing my way through warring and planning out strategies and whatnot here? Yeah. But I've got this nuisance army here, sort of like poking at me. As a player, I mean, strategically speaking, or like on a grander strategy level, this is essentially irrelevant. But as a player, it's really, insert expletive here, annoying. Note to self, do not choose larger revolts next time, and they will be confined to areas which the machine tells you they'll be in. We have a prosperity event, national tax. We have a very high stability, that is for sure. So why not take the tax? Our casus belli have hit. I have player war exhaustion. I don't think we'll carry on here. I sent a levy out here. I assumed it would, and it didn't. It was defeated by, you know, some random levy or whatever while I was off concentrating on my strategic goals, and now I have to send you down. This will probably be reoccupied as well. Have I mentioned this is annoying? Okay, so here we go. I think there should be enough to close this revolt out. We've done it, and we did not have to reset our great characters again. Our great family. Yeah, we'll take the PI, why not? This siege has fallen. I'll roll over here. These mercs here are in no shape whatsoever to proceed up to this fort. It'll take a long time. I'm going to try to stand down, peace out this war, and give all of this territory to our vassal, Fornakis. So everything but this further aspect of Vacania, and it's hopelessly forted, so, and it'll be very untimely. Everything else goes to Fornakis, so we should take 0 AE and remain at 7.56. Wow. This area needs to get sold to Fornakis immediately, and we can do that pretty much right now. I'm certainly going to stand down these levies. I sold this off to our vassal here, who now has 336 pops. And I deducted the AE that we took for taking this internal province, which we have no borders with. So I'm going to stand down these mercs and think on something to do. Apparently we can abandon the decadent cities of our homeland and set sail for a distant port. I think we will release Altis Oppen as a feudatory or switch tag to it. It sounds like it could be some fun, but sort of it's not in theme with this grander plan here that I have, so we'll not do that. Thump! We have upped our income games somehow. I think it's at national tax 15%. But whatever the case is, I'll take it. Oddly enough, our claim hit in Avarasia, and there are only 2 forts in the area. A fairly large swath of land, really, for this. It's not even his fort. I don't think Avarasia has any forts at all. He has this singular fort here, and then his ally has a fort. So why not invade him? That's the question I have. I don't have a really good answer as to why not to do it. So we will do it. Let's send this guy up here. And we have another internally located merc right here. We'll get him up to speed as well. While I'm here, these provinces are going to blow at some point. This one not so much so. Actually, at least not at present. I should build those temples there. I really should. And I'll be not any closer to my wonder. There we go. 320 again. I'm not paying. I'm not going to do it. I was going to move pops down here as well. But back to the point. The point of that wonder government traditions. This loyalty will essentially sort itself out once that traditions wonder comes up. And then the areas will convert with formulatic worship. And it'll be a non-issue. There's no need to move any pops down. There's no need to build any of these temples or theaters here. Well, maybe there are over the longer term, but right now there's not. There's no need to do any of it. So I'll not do it. I'll just conquer this territory and stand down. We're going to run out of aggressive expansion, and I always want to be burning down some aggressive expansion. We hit a religious advance. We now have 2 in the bank. What can we do with it? We can get Diplo Rep Plus, why not do it? So now we have a 2 diplomatic reputation, which will burn down some aggressive expansion if it ever gets high. We get a 0.06. We're ready for action, let's do it. Same group, same claim. Let's see, we can call up a levy, I believe. Well, we can go here. We'll go up in there, assault that. We'll head up for the enemy's capital here. Hopefully our vassal will take that out, or this group here can pivot here and here. And we'll have you head and assault this fort. And we'll call up a levy right here and send it there. There's a sure win. Stack wipe them. Let's assault the fort. We've done it. Let's get our commerce income in order here. Our levy has arrived here. This army is on its way to assault that fort. This guy is wandering off in the other direction. So we'll pivot off there and have the merc head here. Why are you headed in the other direction? I don't know. We've taken their capital. Let's assault this fort. Boom, we've done it. Let's evacuate that area head here. We've taken this capital. We'll take that other capital here. Boom, we've done that as well. We'll take this capital. And then we'll call it a war. We've done it. Oh, look at that. It deoccupied. Oh. We'll have to take that as well. Okay, so I occupied that. So far as I could tell, this was his only territory, but somehow he must have taken that as well. I don't really know what happened. I didn't pay it exactly as much attention as I could have. 21 aggressive expansion is not bad. We'll burn that off. We'll take all of this territory for ourselves and carry on. We're going to start the integration of Morocco, happen on 5/18. It's really actually not all that bad. We're going to bank 81. We're going to build that wonder. I'm going to stand down, burn down this AE. If the AE comes down sufficiently, I'll find another target. I think I have a claim here. Unless it's been destroyed. It is. It's active. We can... there's a fairly large war there. I have a claim here as well, I think. I do. Look at that. We could annex this, these two to Fornakas. We'll do that at some point. Not right now, though. There are, I don't believe, any cities here at all. There's no hope of any sort of resolution for this, so this at least has some connection to urban centers. These three territories here don't. There's only one city, I believe, in our former Venetian holdings. And I'm going to evacuate the pops from here, put them in here, and then maybe move them to these cities here at some point. But I need to get these pops out of there so that they don't cause any trouble in that area. Actually, there are quite a few of them there, aren't there? Well, the good news is they will convert and assimilate. The less of them there are, they'll reach cultural dominance and religious dominance faster, but that is not going to do much any good for this disloyal province either. And there's a lot of various sorts here that are going to be very angry about being displaced from their tribal homeland there, I'm sure. Well, there it is. There's hardly anybody there now. This is just a bit more disloyal in this area. This can be stopped with a sufficient investment in theaters. The 0.03 those ticks will disappear. The 0.07 will go down to a 0.02. So this province is salvageable. It won't revolt if I invest a sufficient amount. This one, I'm pretty sure it will. Invictus has wonderfully created 4 cities. The AI, I'm not sure whether it starts that way or the AI built them, but whatever the case, these cities are manageable and makes for this area so that it won't essentially automatically revolt every single game. You have the choice to build theaters, temples, etc. I've only built the temples so far. I may have to escalate. I'm not sure. We'll find out. There's no way I'm spending 560 whatnot gold on this madness here, so she's just going to have to take the loyalty hit. We're going to begin the integration of Gindania. Something about our former cattle that ran off or starved or something. Another 10 years of lost production. We'll just have to live through it somehow. This will annex 502, so 5 years out. Why not sail out to Gymnasia, assault the fort, take it over? I don't see any reason why. Let's do it. We have a claim there. We should get virtually no aggressive expansion. Let's assault it. We've done it. We'll take we'll take the money. Just peace out. Going to extract the levy, and we'll take Ibasim over as well. Let's declare that war. Let's assault it. We'll take the money again, and we'll peace out shortly. There it is. So we have taken these territories and have taken most of control of Constantania. We'll stand down this levy and mull about. We have that free provincial improvement that I got from one of my innovations. I think we'll build another city here somewhere, maybe on the Olives. Why not do it? No reason. Need more pops here anyway to construct that wonder faster that I'm saving for. We have a bountiful harvest event. We're going to take 601 gold. It looks as though someone has revolted. Our infrastructure has improved. I was waiting to call up a levy here in July. Looks as though it's actionable now because of a revolt somewhere in Baetica. Where exactly that is? Here. So in theory, we can annex this to ourselves and save the integration time considerably. Shave the time off Malacca, and then we can get back to our missions as well. So that will work out exceptionally well. And then we can bounce from here, war with the couple of tribes here with the levy, and we won't have to spend any money. And we'll continue to bank more for our glorious wonder. Let's call up that levy, get it on board the fleet, move it out. Why not pick up Numidian levy as well? There's no reason. Our slinger port can be completed. We'll do it. It looks as though a new Carthage can be completed if we take Mastia. And it looks as though we can. This party leader can be actioned to lose 600 gold, and somebody's going to gain some loyalty. We'll do that. And we'll dredge up some tyranny here, empty out our gulag at the same time. Landed here, picked up the Numidian levy, off we go. I think we can assault this fort away if we take control of the siege. Let's do it. Take control, order an assault. Admorum can do it. We've arrived here as well. Let's drop the Numidian levy. Apparently that assault didn't work. Let's head out here. We've occupied that territory. Let's move out here. We'll head... this fort is about gone. 59 garrison. Let's assault it again. We've done it. That siege is down. We're out of here. Let's get on board the fleet and head over for our next action. These two tribes there. Well, we'll not take this malice here. Poor popular support. We're not going to spend any money, that's for sure. We'll take a 10 tyranny, as we have 100 already, but we'll take the free PI. Womp. So there's looks like a change in government, some sort of civil war. Well, I'm gonna diddle these characters around. I'll be back. Looks as though there's a crazed mercenary general. Gerbilit. Oh, wait a minute. Who is that? I have no idea who this mercenary general is. Bitshalom Gerbilit. 49.49. That's her right there. She's righteous, and so far as I know, she's not a citizen. We'll find out more, though. There she is. She seems to be a member of She's the head of a great family. The Gerbilet family. Well, that is strange, all right. There she is. She snuck her way, like, in the middle here. I think it's an Invictus thing. Like, you would expect this guy to be the head of the great family, as they're always listed here, and generally sorted by age. But apparently there's a new thing that I have to pay attention to, is the hidden great family head, who's I placed as a governor because she's young, but is now gone mad. What I want to know is what exactly she's the general of. I have no legions. So far as I can tell, she's not a governor. Let's see. It's not you. It's not you. And it's not you. I believe we may need an intervention from our Roman consul friend in Italia, as the Civil War strikes me as a massive load. Can we peace out here? We'll find out. Holy moly, 10 AE. Well, I'll take it. I found a couple of cities here. I would imagine they're not overly Punic. They're not at all now. Well, apparently we'll have to spend some money here. Build a couple of temples, and then we'll board our fleet, and we will head up here, hoping the situation will resolve before more drastic measures are needed. That moved the annexation time of Malacco up to 508. The general has disappeared, but the Civil War marker is still live, so I'm pretty sure we don't have enough to trigger it. It just needs to resolve, or I need to load a save or whatnot to save the game, load it, and then it will resolve, I believe, at least. Along the lines, let's get on board here. We're accruing war exhaustion. We don't want it, but we won't accrue much, and we're going to sail all the way right up this river here as far as we can go. Get as close as possible to this lot and attack them. I placed a researcher, and that Civil War marker is gone now. Silver Port can be completed as well. We'll do that. We're going to grab some fruits here for character loyalty. Let's disembark. We're going to top out on mill experience soon. Let's see if I can come up with something or other here. Army attrition is nice. I'm going to take it. I think it's a decent time to call the episode. We'll pick this up at the beginning of next, and then mull about, save more money for our glorious wonder. I hope to see you.